When planning the road to success, there are a few steps to keep in mind. Identifying and solving the cause, facing and embracing change, goal setting, and being accountable. We'll talk about this today on Sustainable Success with Chris Salem. New and healthier habits lead to prosperity in all areas of your life and business. Now, here's your host, Chris Salem.
Welcome to Sustainable Success. Hope everyone is having a great week, and we are so excited that now Voice America Business Channel and Sustainable Success are on the Lisbon platform. Yes, you can go follow us there on Lisbon at lisbon.com. You'll be able to find us there, Sustainable Success. And of course, you can always find us as usual at Apple, Spotify, iHeart, among other areas where you can listen to the show each and every week as we have new content, new guests sharing their words of wisdom and insights to help elevate you personally and your business to the next level. Again, Sustainable Success, if you are new, is all about results. And, we know it's a process. Nothing is easy. But part of the sustainable success process is to embrace challenges, not resist them, to see them as opportunities. Well, each and every week we bring in subject matter experts that share their insights, personal experiences to help you to do that personally and at a team and business level. So again, we are committed to results. And if you'd like to talk about what you're trying to accomplish in your business, no matter what size you are, feel free to reach out to our Sustainable Success team at chris@sustainablesuccess.net or contact us at 203-733-8469. Again, we also encourage everybody that's new to the show to also follow us on Facebook at Sustainable Success 2017. That's when our show started in May of 2017. So we are going on our 8th year here, folks, and we've had a great ride because of you. And we welcome all, again, listeners that have been with us for that time and anywhere in between. Today's show is being brought to you today by Alumni Direct. Alumni Direct is a new social media community platform dedicated to bringing alumni together from all different generational types and an opportunity to meet new people for the first time. Now, this is a membership program. It takes out all the noise of social media. You get to come in and generate genuine and authentic relationships with the people you choose to interact with, including the content. It also offers, as a member, a wide array of different services not available to the general public, both on a business and personal level. And if you'd like some more information about Alumni Direct, to check it out, that's alumnidirect.com at alumnidirect.com. And again, we will make sure to give more information about that here at the third break that we have. Second break, actually. Sorry, I shouldn't say third. Second break. With that being said, we got a wonderful show planned for you today. We're going to be talking about soft leadership, a new direction to leadership. We've had this gentleman on our show before. Matter of fact, not only once, but twice before. And he did talk about this topic. But we're going to get some more perspective on what soft leadership is, a new direction to leadership. And we are here with Professor M.S. Rao. He's a PhD, founder of MSR Leadership Consultants in India. And he's also involved in executive education, executive coaching. He has authored the book, Soft Leadership, A New Direction in Leadership, which you'll get the URL and contact information in the show notes where to buy it. And he dedicated this book to Peter Drucker, the father of modern management. Also, Philip Kohler, father of modern marketing, who wrote the foreword to this book. And he would appreciate, that you check out this book because it is a game changer for leadership. And again, you'll be able to get some more information how you can get in connection with Professor M.S. Rao here later in the show. And without further ado, we welcome Professor M.S. Rao to the show. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I think probably it's the second time or third time you have interviewed me.
Yes.
And we have got a very good connection and we are very good friends for many years.
Yes.
So it's an honor and pleasure to be with you on this episode.
Absolutely. We love having you here. And Professor Rao, if you could share a little bit about the backstory. We always like to get the backstory of things to what, the concept of soft leadership is. If you could probably give a backstory and what is soft leadership from there?
So, okay, first of all, let me share with my challenge. My name is Professor M. S. Rao. I have authored 53 books, including the award-winning book titled See the Light in You, for which the Nobel laureate, His Holiness Dalai Lama, has written a foreword. I have 43 years of diversified experience, including Indian Air Force, business, teaching, and training. I'm a late bloomer, dyslexic, ADHD, and OCD. Add to that, the brain stroke worsened my health in the year 2021. And I don't have two-wheeler, I don't have four-wheeler, and I was born into a toxic family and grew up in a toxic environment. And I have lots of challenges. Despite having the challenges, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix. This is about my background. Circling back to soft leadership, I started a new leadership, that is soft leadership. Why I had to work on soft leadership was that when I was teaching for EMBA students, and when I was conducting MDP programs in the year 2010, some of the audiences were asking a new leadership style, because there were so many leadership styles at the time, such as autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire, then again servant leadership, like that. Lots of leadership styles were there. So then I was thinking, let me work on that, because I'm very curious and creative by nature, and I'm an author, a researcher, and a storyteller. I thought, let me work on this trigger, because whenever I get any idea, I make a note, and I take them forward. In the sense, whenever I get ideas, I jot down on my Word document, and execute them at my own pace. That's what I do it. Then I just note it down. And another thing is that I got my PhD in soft skills in the year 2011, and I blended soft skills with leadership, because I'm passionate about leadership. I served in the Indian Air Force. That's one thing. Second aspect is that I got my PhD in soft skills. So I integrated soft skills with leadership and coined a new leadership perspective that is known as soft leadership. That is the origin of soft leadership, and why I started coining this particular perspective. The soft leadership is all about partnership. It's like partners working to progress, and there are no more bosses, no more subordinates. We are all partners working to achieve the goals and objectives. And the soft leadership helps for achieving peace and prosperity for countries. The soft leadership helps for organizations achieve excellence and effectiveness. And the soft leadership has got 11 C's. 11 C's means some of them are character, charisma, concise, communication. All these 11 C's I have created a framework. So then I published a book on soft leadership, a new direction to leadership. In fact, I published around 10 books on soft skills and soft leadership. This book is very close to me. That is, the title of the book is Soft Leadership, a New Direction to Leadership. This book is very unique in my life. Why? Because I have dedicated this book to Peter Drucker, who is known as the father of modern management. And I received foreword from Philip Kotler, who is known as the father of marketing. And he's a very renowned person, veteran. And third thing is that I received leadership code from Dale Ulrich, who is known as the father of modern HR. And fourth aspect is that I am known as father of soft leadership globally because of my contribution. I published around more than 300 research papers, and I published more than 1,000 articles on international magazines, including the Entrepreneur magazine. So all these things led me to explore further about soft leadership. Still, I'm doing a lot of research about soft leadership, and I want to do lots of things so that I want to impact humankind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So I know this concept of, with soft leadership. I mean, what do you feel like where soft leadership, Professor Rao, could work really well, like especially in the environment that we're living in today overall?
This soft leadership is very much relevant and it's appropriate in the current context. Why? Because we are working as partners, not as bosses or subordinates. That's the one aspect. For organizations, especially, we have to emphasize on partnership, and we call it as soft leadership. So it is applicable for all areas. It's applicable for all generations, whether they are baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, or Gen Z. For all the sectors, this concept is prevalent. In fact, there are some leaders. They were soft leaders. If you look at Abraham Lincoln, he was a soft leader, and he was. I admire Abraham Lincoln since my childhood, and Abraham Lincoln has been my inspiration since my childhood, and I admire. So he was also a soft leader, and there are also some leaders like George Washington, who was persistent by nature. When you look at Lincoln, he was resilient by nature. So, and then again, I also mention about some leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, who fought for India's independence through peaceful means. Then again, I admire some of the leaders like Martin Luther King. Then again, I respect some of the admire leaders like Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. So these are all the leaders I admire very much, and they are all soft leaders. And this is very much relevant, appropriate in the current context, not only now, in the future.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it. And where do you, I mean, with soft leadership now, like, how do you feel that integrates with, these younger generations now coming in, that are, well, I mean, not just on a personal level, but even on a work level. You got the Gen Z that are making up a lot of the, like the workforce now, the younger part of the workforce. You got millennials now, that are in middle management to maybe, senior management positions. How that's going to now change the dynamics of business that we know, and where it's going with soft leadership.
It's a great question, and it's very much relevant in the current context, and especially these young people. There are different generations like baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z. And Gen Y and Gen Z, that means they are known as millennials and centennials. So they are very smart and brilliant. They are tech savvy. They are gifted with lots of opportunities. They know how to do the things well. They are very smart and brilliant. And these young people, they are blessed with lots of opportunities. So, and to cope up with these generations is a very big challenge, because these young people, especially these millennials and centennials, they want results very fast, very quickly. But when you look at this baby boomers and Gen X, they want to work at their own pace. So there is a gap among all the generations, whether they are baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, or Gen Z. There is a gap. So we are trying to bridge that gap. Then I also wrote a book about soft leadership for building generational compatibility. So that is yet to be published. So that is a different topic. So now we are exploring from the perspective of millennials and centennials, and we have to move, because the world has changed very fast, especially after the COVID. The world has changed, the dynamics have changed, and to cope up with the world is a very big challenge. What happens next, we don't know. There is total disruption, and technology is changing. As you said, technology is a game changer, and AI is ruling, and lots of sectors will be disrupted. So lots of challenges, and it's very difficult for us to predict what happens to the next. But what we have to do is that we have to learn, unlearn, and relearn, so that we stay relevant and we remain productive, and we achieve our goals and objectives.
Wow, great, awesome, I love it. And then talk a little bit about with soft leadership. Does it start at the individual level, Professor Rayo, and then elevate to a team organization, or is there like a certain way you see soft leadership really developing and really have an impact?
No, whether it's an individual or as a team, soft leadership is relevant and appropriate, and it is required for teams and individuals, but it's more required in teams because we have to work with the teams. Without a team, we can't succeed because it's not a one-man show. The world has changed very fast. We have to work as a team, and we have to emphasize culture. We should emphasize organization culture, and when we work as a team and when we emphasize organizational culture, then we'll be able to achieve our goals and objectives. So there is nothing like a one-man show. It's a group activity. It's a team sport or team activity. So we have to emphasize on team spirit.
Got it. No, it's great.
Let me add one more thing. Team means,
please add. We're getting near the end of the first segment. We've got a couple minutes, so please do.
Team means together everyone achieves more. Team is the acronym for together everyone achieves more. That's the team. So we have to emphasize on team so that we can get more results. 1 + 1 means not exactly 2. It's more than that. Yeah. So that's about team building, and that's what we are emphasizing.
Yeah, no, so good. So true and great stuff here. Anything else as we get near the end of the first segment? Anything you want to elaborate or, tie together what you talked about, the concept of soft leadership applying to different types of generational types of people and, where it's effective on an individual team and organizational level?
No, as you said, it is. We have to emphasize mostly from the perspective of Gen Z. Gen Z has got different names, like we call it a Gen Z, or Gen Z means we call centennials. We call with the different names, but ultimately it's the same. This Gen Z, they're very ambitious and they are digital savvy, and they come with. They're very ambitious. And they are very ruthless, and they hit the bull's eye. They want results very fast. So what I implore, especially the Gen Z, is that we need to have patience. Patience is very much required, which is missing among the Gen Z. Otherwise, Gen Z are much smarter than millennials and other generations. And we have to cope up with Gen Z, and we have to go along with the flow so that we will be able to achieve the desired goals and objectives.
Got it. Wow, this is some great information that you've shared. I know you're going to be sharing a lot more here in the second segment on soft leadership. We highly encourage everyone that's listening. Hopefully you're taking notes. You could go back and listen to the show again anytime here on the Lisbon platform or Apple or Spotify or iHeart, whatever you choose. But this is really, really great information. And I feel like, again, in these times that we live in, it's not definitely one size fits all. And this is where soft leadership could apply to you, and no matter how big your team is, whether if it's a small organization or not. But I know we got more to come here, folks. We got to go to break. But when we come right back, we're going to be talking more about soft leadership, a new direction in leadership. So again, any questions, you'll have a chance to send that to us or reach out to Professor Rayo, which will provide that contact information here later in the show. We'll be right back after the break.
What is balance? It's being true to your purpose and not being distracted by shiny objects, surrounding yourself with family and loved ones, nurturing your spirituality, maintaining healthy balance of emotional and physical wellness, and being present in the moment. Chris Salem creates awareness about unblocking mindset barriers for sales professionals, business leaders, entrepreneurs, and all types of people to have sustainable success at the next level. The solution evolves out of the problem or challenge. The issue is that many people and businesses manage the effect but do not address the root cause. You now have an opportunity to live your life and operate your business in the solution rather than the effect of your challenges. Schedule a time to chat about your goals and the person you desire to be by going to ChristopherSalem.com. We have group consulting calls, one-on-one, and other programs to assist you. It will be the best thing you do for yourself to see how sustainable success is possible for you in your life and business. Join us at the next level. Visit ChristopherSalem.com. Voice America is on LinkedIn. Connect with us today. You are listening to Sustainable Success with Chris Salem. Send an email to Chris at ChristopherSalem.com. Now, back to Sustainable Success.
Welcome back to Sustainable Success. If you are just joining us here, we're talking about soft leadership and new direction in leadership. We're here with Professor M.S. Rayo. Again, he has been on our show. This is a hat trick, so to speak. Third is a charm. He's been a guest on our first two shows way back, actually several years back, and then most recently about a year and a half ago. So again, always a pleasure to have him on. So I'm sure you are familiar. We encourage you to go listen to some of the back shows we had with Professor Rayo, again, over the years here on the Sustainable Success Voice America Business Channel. Now on Lisbon. Yes, follow us on Apple and Spotify, as well as the Lisbon platform as well. Well, again, Professor Rayo, great information that you shared about soft leadership and how it applies to the, where people are in business today, the reality of where business is and where it's going, and how it's going to really, how soft leadership can play an important role. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of soft skills? Because, soft skills are always going to be important, and, on a personal and a professional level. But talk a little bit more about soft skills, why they're so important, and how they align with soft leadership.
It's a great question. Soft skills are very much required. And let me briefly explain about soft leadership. I published more than 300 research papers, and some of the research papers are related to soft skills and soft leadership. And I still serve on the editorial board of Emerald, that is TLO, and I still serve on the editorial board of GVPL. And I often mention about soft skills and soft leadership. And I also published ATD, we used to call ASTD. That was a journal that I think around 15 years back, they asked me to send me a research paper on soft skills. Then I published. So then in that research paper, I mentioned about some myths about soft skills, because people thought that soft skills means people were very soft, but that's not in that way. Second thing is that soft skills means that is about English language skills. Then third thing, people thought that soft skills are related to gender. So like that, then again, some people thought soft skills are all about emotional intelligence. So people thought in that way. So then I broke all the myths and published a research paper, which was published by ATD. Earlier it was known as ASTD. It was a very eminent magazine. I think 15 years back it was published, because people didn't know much about soft skills, and they had lots of myths. So I thought, let me break that myth. Then I published a research paper. So now this soft skills are basically about your personality, attitude, and behavior. So let me repeat my statement. So we talk emotional intelligence, then again various other aspects. Basically, soft skills are related to your personality, attitude, and behavior. That is the essence of soft skills. And we need to focus on soft skills. And then again, soft skills are different from hard skills. Hard skills means all technical stuff, all that we do it. That is hard skills. And this soft skills and again hard skills are different. And we need to integrate both soft skills and hard skills so that we can get the desired outcomes. So here again, what happens? There are three levels of management: low level, middle level, and top level management. So, and when you are at the lowest level of management, then you have to emphasize more on technical stuff and less on soft skills. So when you go to the middle level of management, you have to emphasize both the hard skills and soft skills, somewhat like 50-50. Then
Almost
again,
like a
when you,
balance, a harmony, and some balance there. Yeah.
yeah, rightly said, rightly said. So we are balancing. Then third step, what we are doing is that when we are going to the senior level, we have to emphasize more on soft skills and less on hard skills. Because if you look at CEOs and C-suite leaders, they troubleshoot, they do a lot of, they involve lots of communication skills, strategy, so many aspects are involved. So we need to have more of soft skills and less of technical stuff, especially when we get into senior level position. So we have to emphasize more on soft skills and less on hard skills at the senior level. So we need to blend both soft skills and hard skills. So some people say like, EQ and EQ plus IQ. I think you published a book about emotional intelligence or emotional quotient something.
Yeah. What should be coming out in April? The EQ Advantage, correct?
It's timely. Your question is timely, and your book is also timely, and it resonates my thinking and my area of interest, and that's why we both are collaborating and we are adding value to impact humankind, right? So EQ, could you tell me about your book little bit? EQ Advantage.
Yeah, the EQ Advantage is going to talk about the importance of emotional intelligence and the way we think.
Yeah.
From a place of intentions over expectations, focusing on what we can control, which is our communication to ourselves and others, our behavior, attitude, emotions, and how we respond versus react, and our actions, and letting go of those same 5 things in other people and situations which we can't control.
Excellent. I congratulate you on the eve of your upcoming book. It's timely, relevant. I wish you all the best about your EQ Advantage. And now let me circle back to my story on soft skills. So we have to emphasize both on soft skills and hard skills, and we have to integrate both soft skills and hard skills so that we can take advantage of both sides. Like we are having both on 2 plates. We can eat, and you can eat the cake and have it too also. That's about soft skills. And also, IQ plus EQ, right? Like that. IQ means something, a talent that we are gifted with. Then EQ means something skills related that can be honed and developed. So what we have to do is we have to emphasize more of EQ and less of IQ, right? But again, we should not ignore IQ, because IQ is required, because IQ is related to our hidden talents, right? Then at the same time, what we have to do, we have to build skills around the talents. That means we have to blend this IQ with EQ. So we need to harness, we have to blend both soft skills and hard skills so that we can get the desired outcomes. This is briefly about the soft skills and hard skills, and and also recently people are emphasizing more on soft skills. Organizations, and also they're emphasizing on soft skills. And in fact, there was a gap in the year 2007 about soft skills. People didn't know anything about soft skills in the year 2007. Then I researched, then I joined for PhD in the year 2007. 2011, I got my PhD in soft skills because the soft skills was the area it was growing at that time. Then I closed the gap and started researching about soft skills. So then I subsequently blended soft skills with leadership and coined a new leadership perspective that is known as soft leadership.
Wow, that's fabulous. I love that. And I've always been a big proponent of soft skills. Like it's something that, we all have to take a responsibility for, because nobody can make those things better for us. Yes, people can be the example. People can share resources. You could be mentored, but we got to do it. We actually got to do it ourselves, to improve in those areas. What would you recommend, with soft skills, Dr. or Professor Rayo, when it comes to soft skills, and what would be like an effective plan to kind of develop them? Is it trying to do everything all at the same time, or doing one thing at a time to kind of piecemeal it and get, so you're less likely to, not do what a lot of people do and they start and don't finish?
It's a great question. You raised the correct problem. This is the problem with soft skills, because in what happens when you go for conventional education, you read and write and produce. Read, write, and produce. That's how we do it when we talk about education. But in soft skills, it's totally different. It's not just like only teaching, because we can share certain aspects in soft skills. But at the same time, what we have to do is that we have to go for role play. We have to involve people, and we have to go for experiential learning. So when we undergo that process, then what happens? We acquire soft skills, because you have some idea about soft skills. That's good, pretty good. But mere having ideas won't work out. What you have to do is you have to practice, you have to hone your skills, and you have to go by, you have to, there you can follow, you can go for role plays like that. These are all the aspects we can do it. When we do so, then we'll be able to build soft skills. Because if you go for conventional education, questions will be there, answers will be given. That is different. But soft skills are not like that, because you have to do things by learning, unlearning, and relearning. That's one thing. Then again, you have to experience. Then you can also conduct some role plays. You can go for discussions. Then there is a concept known as JAM. That means just a minute. So like these are all the role plays, activities, everything I researched when I was doing my PhD. Then again, apart from that, what we have to do is we have to go for feedback. We have to take feedback from the audience. Then again, we have to move forward. So when we do so, it's a continuous process. Soft skills is a continuous process, mostly by experience, mostly by learning, falling, and then again raising. So it's like that. It's not like a conventional education that we learn from educational institutions. This is a very big challenge for people to acquire soft skills, then apply soft skills.
Wow, nice, great. So so this is great. Now, in terms of soft skills, what else do you recommend is part of the process with incorporating to building an effective soft leadership style or model in any type of organizational setting where there's people?
In the sense, could you repeat that question? Could you repeat the question?
Sure, yeah. What else would you recommend in conjunction with soft skills would play an important part in the process of developing the soft leadership style in any organization? It could be whatever. It could be a church. It could be, a business. It could be a school. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's correct. It's a very good question. I got your question, and thank you for paraphrasing the things, because you are helping me, because I speak with Indian accent. That's a very big challenge.
Yes.
And you speak with American accent, and your voice is very strong. You are having a baritone. That is
baritone, correct.
A baritone, and you are gifted with a charismatic voice. A couple of times I observed, and I also came to know from LinkedIn. So now coming to this soft leadership, we have to practice, and we have to do things on and on, over and again, so that we can develop the skills. This is what I can say about soft skills. Then again, soft leadership, and the practice is the key to success, especially from the perspective of soft skills.
Got it. Nice. So really good stuff. And again, we hope everybody is taking notes here, and so valuable. And so in the soft skills, I know you mentioned earlier a little bit about like Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
As we close out this segment here shortly, Professor Rayo, what do you feel like? Who are some current modern examples of soft leadership today that you think are out there?
Examples are many. We can give it, and no. Currently, I'm still exploring various aspects.
Yeah. Yes.
But what we can do is we have to learn from others, especially when you referred to about Martin Luther King, because he was a soft leader and he was a great leader. Then he was a great communicator. That's one thing. Then again, if you look at Abraham Lincoln, so let me briefly talk about Abraham Lincoln, because as I told you, Abraham Lincoln has been my inspiration since my childhood, and I admire and Abraham Lincoln has been the greatest American leader, and I admire him because he was resilient, and he failed in many ways in his life. In love and business, in all aspects, he failed. But finally, he became the 16th president of America and the first Republican president. And the greatness of Abraham Lincoln was that he unified America as a one country. That's the greatness. Second thing was that he abolished slavery. That was the second aspect. Third thing is he modernized the economy. Fourth thing was that he strengthened the federal structure. So because of these aspects, he was very famous and he was a great leader, and he collaborated with even there was a book written, Team of Rivals. It was a great book. Doris published that book, and of course I also watched the Lincoln movie. So this, because of these aspects, Abraham Lincoln, he will be remembered for the next generations and the future generations. And whenever these American presidents, whether they are Democrats or Republicans, whenever they had some challenges, they look up to Lincoln for inspiration. So that's the greatness, because people have their own ideologies. Some are Republicans, some are Democrats. So we have to respect their ideologies. But at the bottom line of any kind of leadership is that we have to take the best, whether they are Democrats or Republicans. We have to take the best from others. And finally, I would like to share one more message, is that no leader is entirely good, no leader is entirely bad. All leaders have their strengths and weaknesses. We have to take only the things which are relevant, appropriate, and which are useful, so that we can impact and leave a legacy for the next generation of leaders.
Got it. Wow. Great stuff. Examples of really, examples that that a lot of people know, and now to associate that with soft leadership is always important. So, thank you for sharing that. I know we got to go to break here shortly, but again, we encourage everybody, take notes, go back and listen to this segment again, in terms of the second segment, including the first segment. Just a lot of valuable information here. And again, you're going to all get a good chance later to get the contact information for Professor Rayo, so you can reach out directly to him, and also information on how you can get your hands on his latest book, Soft Leadership, as well. Without further ado, we got to go to break right now, but when we come right back, we got more to come with Soft Leadership with Professor Rayo. We'll be right back.
What is balance? It's being true to your purpose and not being distracted by shiny objects, surrounding yourself with family and loved ones, nurturing your spirituality, maintaining healthy balance of emotional and physical wellness, and being present in the moment. Chris Salem creates awareness about unblocking mindset barriers for sales professionals, business leaders, entrepreneurs, and all types of people to have sustainable success at the next level. The solution evolves out of the problem or challenge. The issue is that many people and businesses manage the effect but do not address the root cause. You now have an opportunity to live your life and operate your business in the solution rather than the effect of your challenges. Schedule a time to chat about your goals and the person you desire to be by going to ChristopherSalem.com. We have group consulting calls, one-on-one, and other programs to assist you. It will be the best thing you do for yourself to see how sustainable success is possible for you in your life and business. Join us at the next level. Visit ChristopherSalem.com.
When it comes to business, you'll find the experts here. Voice America Business Network.
You are listening to Sustainable Success with Chris Salem. Send an email to Chris at ChristopherSalem.com. Now, back to Sustainable Success.
Welcome back to Sustainable Success. If you're just joining us, we're talking about soft leadership, a new direction in leadership with Professor M.S. Rayo. Again, we highly encourage you to listen to the show in its entirety here later today or anytime thereafter here at Lisbon platform, also on our Apple and Spotify areas as well, whatever you prefer. And make sure to follow us on Facebook at Sustainable Success 2017, where we've had many of our great guests sharing their words of wisdom and insights to help take your business to the next level. So, Professor Rayo, just great information that you're sharing. With any great leader, if leaders are going to take leadership to a whole new level, whether it's one-to-one, one-to-few, one-to-many, communication is imperative. Not just speaking to be heard, but making sure that whatever communication there is, there's very little room for assumption and speculation. It's assertive and it assures that people are related to and understood to move forward. Talk about the importance of that as it relates to soft leadership.
Okay, then I'll talk briefly about communication skills, which is related to soft leadership. And the soft skills, communication skills are very much required. Some people are introverts, some people are extroverts, some people are ambivert, because they have their own nature, they have their own personality. But I'm talking generally from the perspective of communication skills, because communication is the essence of leadership, and we must know how to communicate. We must know how to articulate our messages well, and also before that, we have to listen to the people first.
Yeah.
Let me emphasize this particular point. Many people, they talk, but what we have to do is we have to listen first. Then we have to think through. Then we have to act. That's how we have to do it. But people don't. They keep talking usually, but we have to emphasize, we have to listen to the people, we have to suspend our judgment within our mind, we should avoid bias. Then we have to empathize, we have to listen very attentively. Then again, we have to talk to the people. And once we speak something, then it goes out all over the world. So we have to be very careful whenever we talk something. And whenever something goes viral, so we have to be very careful about the communication. And I published 53 books. Out of those 3 books, 2 books are very powerful. One is about business communication that talks about 4 areas of business communication: speaking, listening, writing, and reading. These are the 4 pillars of business communication. I published this book around 10 years back. That's one aspect. Second book I published was Secrets to Successful Public Speaking, because I was a very good speaker, and I keynoted conferences within India and even in Malaysia. I was very good speaker, but I had a brain stroke in the year 2021. I'm stuck some between, so sometimes I'm stuck while speaking. I'm using blood thinner. Otherwise, I was a very good speaker, and I had a very strong voice, like Chris. So we both are having the same wavelength, but I slowed down because in view of my health challenges. Hopefully, I'll get back and I'll speak effectively. Now, coming back to this particular communication skills, we have to emphasize various types of communication. We have to emphasize an assertive communication. That means you should not be aggressive. You should not be submissive. If you are submissive, people will take advantage. If you are aggressive, people won't take you seriously and they get annoyed. So what we have to emphasize is assertive communication is the key. That means it's a win-win for both people. We have to listen. We have to emphasize effective communication. We have to suspend the judgment, inner dialogue that keeps running within our minds. We all have that inner dialogue. We are everyone wants to speak. This is the challenge, but very few people listen. So we have to encourage listening, and we have to listen to the people. Then after listening everything from all the stakeholders, then we have to analyze. Then we have to think through. Then we have to speak. That is related to communication skills. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask related to communication skills.
Yeah, so true. So what do you feel like would work well? Is that something that should be, like trainings that should be done ongoing?
No, we have to see lots of people, they're doing training programs they are conducting. Why? Because communication is the key. Because unless you communicate, you can't grow, whether it's business or life. Even if once you have a partner, if you don't know how to communicate with your partner, then you don't get the results. So in the personal life, professional life, or social life, you need to improve your communication so that you can articulate your messages effectively, and you'll be able to influence and impact humankind. When you look at Winston Churchill, he was a great speaker.
Yeah.
And he led from the front during the Second World War. I admire some great speakers like Winston Churchill. Even I watch the videos of "I Have a Dream" by Martin Luther King. So like that, I have the collection of good leaders, and I sometimes watch. Why? Because we need to, whether you have money or not, but if you know how to communicate effectively, you can lead from the front. When you look at Lincoln, he was successful. Why? Because despite all the challenges, setbacks, still he communicated and led from the front. So communication is required, not only for American leaders or Indian leaders, whatever it is. We must know how to communicate. When you have the power of communication, and then you can rule the world. So this is the advantage of being a speaker. And when you look at people, they were bankrupt, but then again they bounced back because the gift of the gap. That means the power of communication skills. They survived. So we have to emphasize communication skills.
Yeah, so true. Glad you mentioned that because it's so important. And any organization that strives for continuous improvement in that area will definitely come out ahead. And obviously, soft leadership plays an important role in that.
Let me add one more thing. Mark Zuckerberg, he didn't know how to communicate well, so he learned about communication skills. Then he started mastering. Right, Mark Zuckerberg, that Facebook founder. So, because he was not good at articulating the things, so he mastered the public speaking. So, public speaking skills are very much required for all leaders, and it's more required especially for introverts, and it's more required for the people who can't communicate.
Yeah, absolutely. No, so imperative. What would be some other things that, like when it comes to soft leadership, and, building stronger engagement with people, and, when there's stronger engagement with people and people are united, they're more in cohesion, they have a likelihood they're going to produce more. They're going to be more efficient. You're going to see a drop off in, you're going to see higher retention, less job burnout, that type of thing. Anything you could elaborate where, again, soft leadership, also plays a important role in those areas?
Well, I have already told about communication skills which are required.
Yeah, the communication, absolutely. Anything else if there's, with just maybe from the communication, better understanding of role and duties or projects they're working on, that type of stuff.
So nowadays, if you look at organizations, they're conducting workshops on communication skills. whether they are in a hybrid or whether they are in a remote or they are working from home, whatever it is. So these people are honing their communication skills, and we are emphasizing on communication skills. And in fact, I feel we need to emphasize more about communication skills, especially these young people, Generation Z, are very smart and brilliant. They are tech savvy. They are only texting. Okay, they are not speaking. They are only texting through smartphones. So they should be taught how to communicate effectively. This is a very big challenge. We should encourage. And people, especially Gen Z, they lack this emotional intelligence. But they are very smart and brilliant. They have advantages. They have disadvantages. They have advantage because of the technology, and they have the disadvantage because they don't know how to communicate with others. They don't know how to get along with their colleagues. This is a very big problem, especially in the remote places, because they stick to the network and they talk to the point, or they text message and leave. So there is hardly there is any interaction among the people, especially Gen Z. So we should encourage people so that they will open up and they will speak. So this is the area I think I am very much concerned, especially for Gen Z, to improve their communication skills and also to emphasize what is that called emotional intelligence. They lack this emotional intelligence. They have intelligence, but they lack this emotional intelligence, especially Gen Z. So when this Gen Z have that emotional intelligence, they know how to get along with their stakeholders. They know they will get along with other people, so that they can get the results the way what the kind of results they are expecting. They will definitely get it. So we should emphasize communication skills, especially among the Gen Z. If you look at the older generation, they were talking too much in those days. Because there was no technology, so there were people were interacting, physical interaction. Now it's virtual interaction. The world has changed. At the same time, we should harness technology, but not at the by not compromising the thing. So we should harness technology in such a way that we can add value and impact. So whether it's any kind of generation, especially I'm talking from the perspective of Gen Z. We have to focus on emotional intelligence. We have to emphasize them to get along with other people, so that we can eliminate ego. Then they can remove the any barriers because of communication, miscommunication. All those things they can be removed, so that they can articulate well. So this is the area I'm concerned. This is what I'm focusing in this regard.
So I love that. And I think that, again, that's such an important area that you discussed, and, you know, something that, again, that we got to strive for continuous improvement in that area. So, wow. Love it. Love what you shared. You know, we're getting into the final few minutes of today's show. You know, and I do want to leave some time to let people know how they can contact you, but like in a maybe, you know, like 30 seconds or so, if you could kind of just sum up, you know, soft leadership and really how it's going to impact, you know, people that work together, play together, you know, that are in communities, whatever it may be, how it really just brings everything full circle.
See, it's very simple. We have to get along with all generations, and whether they are irrespective of generations, we have to get along with all generations, so that we can add value and impact humankind. This is the message I can share with everyone, and that too because I'm passionate about soft leadership, and I'm doing lots of research related to soft leadership, and I want to add some more aspects of soft leadership by integrating with psychology, decision making, communication, brain science, artificial intelligence, all those things I'm trying to integrate so that I can discover something new to impact humankind. This is what I am doing. Definitely I'll deliver something unique for the world in the future.
No, thank you for sharing that. And I know we just got about less than 2 minutes left in the show. I want to thank you personally for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us here again at Sustainable Success on our new platform with Lisbon. Can you let people know how can they get in touch with you and anything that you like to provide them?
So you can Google my name as Professor M.S. Rao. M for motivation, S for success, then R resilience, then A for ambition, then O. O means optimistic. So M.S. Rao, my name. So you can Google my name, M.S. Rao. You will find lots of stuff on Amazon, and I'm mostly available on LinkedIn. And my books are available on Amazon and various other sources. And I have 4 blogs and 3 YouTube channels. I believe in acquiring knowledge and sharing my knowledge. So this is briefly about that, and lots of stuff is available. So if you Google my name as Professor M.S. Rao, you will get the stuff. Or else you can Google soft leadership. Then you can come to know the kind of books I published, the kind of material I have produced, and the lots of research which is going on that will impact the humankind in the future. This is how you can get my information.
Great. Well, thank you, Professor Rao. Thank you again for being here. We appreciate you. And we only have 30. Go ahead, real quick. We only have 30 seconds.
Let me thank you. Let me congratulate you for your book. Excellent book, I'm sure. And I strongly recommend your book. That's one thing. Yeah. And the second thing is, and I thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
You're welcome.
Together we'll build a better world.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. Well, we want to thank you, listeners, each and every week joining us here at Sustainable Success. We'll be back next Thursday again, late day, 5 p.m. East Coast time, available to listen on Lisbon or Apple or Spotify and iHeart. Again, check us out then, and we'll be back to see you next week. Take care.
Thank you for tuning into Sustainable Success. Be sure to join Chris Salem and his guests every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Business Channel. Have an incredible week.